My gut feeling is he's going to go back to the Astros because of that. I actually think that's a big factor. If he doesn't go back to the Astros, I just think Boston makes so much sense for Bregman. He's one of the best. If you go look at visiting players' batting averages and OPS and all that stuff, Bregman's the top guy. You know, that green monster plays so well for his pull swing.
And I'm in love with the good life. Can't give it up. Make it to the top. Keep climbing. I wanna live it up. The good life. I'm coming up. I'm coming up. The good life. Good life. Oh, good life. Good life. Good life.
Boom! Coming in hot, Chinchy. What's going on, brother?
We were just talking about something that we're not talking about on air now, but that's how we started this show. I'm having trouble not laughing and thinking about what we were just talking about. Anyway, how are you, man? You got, it looks like a chin shirt, but it's not a chin shirt. It's a clinch.
Danny Clinch, one of my good buddy, and he's one of the greatest rock and roll photographers of all time. Has one of the coolest museums. As a matter of fact, Rowan Beck, our boy Rowan Beck, dude, he loves Danny Clinch and those guys.
Well, he lives down there in Asbury.
Yeah, he lives right by Asbury, and they go over. Danny Clinch has this incredible museum in Asbury Park, but like you should see he's like Bruce Springsteen's, Pearl Jam's. Photo. He's their guy, right?
Yeah.
They don't let anyone else photo them except Danny Clinch. So he's got this. I bought this sweatshirt. It was a little more expensive than I thought it was going to be. But.
That looks like good material. That doesn't look like the $35 you get at Costco.
Yeah, this isn't a Gildan.
All right, somebody who can buy a lot of sweatshirts and is very excited. I mean, he didn't change his contract, but Bellinger's a Yankee, dude. And we did. First of all, I really like that we did a little instant analysis last night. Maybe we should do that a little more. But let's dig deep into the Bellinger to the Yankees situation today.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's a great trade. It's going to be interesting to see because Cody Petit, who they traded, he's got some good stuff. So I mean, you definitely gave up a big arm for Bellinger, but at the end of the day, you're getting a Gold Glover in center. Oh, probably a Gold Glover at first if he played over there. So, you know, there is talk about moving Judge back to right. I'm not sure if Judgy wants to do that, so I'm not all in on that. If Judge wants to play center, that's a whole nother thing. But you could put Bellinger in center right now, and you're looking at an incredible center fielder. So you've upgraded already defensively. If Judge in right and Bellinger in center, that's a huge upgrade from Soto in right and Judge in center. And then, as far as the bat goes, I think the bat plays well in the metrics there at Yankee Stadium, man, because I think he's going to steal a couple home runs to right. I think he's going to, a couple fly balls to right field will end up, playing well for him. He's got that kind of line drive swing. But it's another big name in the lineup. And I also think if you put him around Judge, I actually think Bellinger's going to be better because it's some protection. It's anybody that's around Judge is going to have an incredible year. I really believe that. I mean, Juan Soto had the biggest year of his career. Make no mistake about it. A big part of that was because Judge was hitting behind him. You know what I mean? So that's a big deal. So putting Bellinger in that mix with Judge, I think is going to elevate his game to the level maybe that he was back in maybe 2023 and before.
Yeah, I mean, you just think of a lineup that goes Judge, Bellinger, Stanton, and maybe there's some streakiness in there, but that's pretty awesome, dude. That's pretty legit, dude. Like, yeah. I mean, the guy was an MVP. Talk real quick, like, I think he's made the adjustments. You were a back guy, right? You had back issues.
Shoulder. I had more shoulder issues.
Shoulder issues. And he's had that, and you think he's made the right adjustments where he's like a legit player and this is who he is now?
I honestly think most guys, if you go back and look, a lot of guys that end up having shoulder problems, there's always, you never come back totally the same. I know I didn't. I know after my shoulder surgery, like I was never quite the same player. I became more of a pull guy because it was tough to stay through the ball. It's just a weird dynamic. So like you just grind and you figure it out until your career's over. And so I think Bellinger's a different player now than he was pre-shoulder surgery. And the numbers show that too. I just think he doesn't drive the ball the way he used to, and some of that contact. Maybe he gets more to the pull side a little bit sometimes too. So, but I still think he's a really, really good player. I think he's a big name that's in the middle of that lineup, and I just think obviously he's not Juan Soto, but he also is a guy that can do a lot of different things. He's going to play you Gold Glove defense. He brings a ton of value. And I thought one of the cool things too was, when you see Bellinger with the Yankees, you think back, oh, we've seen that before too. And his dad Clay used to play there, and I was fortunate enough to play against Clay for a few years there. For we played around the same time. But he was a good little player, totally different player than his son. He was a right-handed hitter, was more of a utility guy. But he won 3 championships there, 2 or 3 championships,
Dude,
2 or 3
I mean,
rings.
he is, as a Yankee fan in New York, like, if you heard Clay Bellinger, everybody knows who Clay Bellinger is. He was part of that franchise. Yeah, 99, 2000, 2001, 2002, dude, or 2001. Yeah, he was one of the guys. Like, he was one of the guys. He knows what it's like to play in New York. I'll tell you that right now. He knows what it's like. And listen, like, and Cody, you can see that he has the pedigree, of being the son of an athlete. Like, people talk about nepotism. I think nepotism's BS because, shoot, we're friends with Key Costas. What better college could you go to get into sports television than when your dad's Bob Costas? So I actually personally, like, I have a big thing with nepotism. I think nepotism is actually a good thing because I think you learn more. Sons of doctors that become doctors probably are better doctors than people whose dads weren't.
You're just around it. You're around it all the time.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
You're around all the time. And who could give you better advice about playing?
Right.
About the bright lights anywhere. If you're in LA, you're in New York. You know what I mean? You got a dad that actually did it.
Yeah. I mean, look, like Patrick Mahomes is a great quarterback. His dad was a baseball player. Like, he knows things. There's things that that I don't know about the life of a professional baseball player.
Yeah.
And the fact that Bellinger's dad did it, there's so many great pictures out there right now in New York of, like, him, like, at Yankee Stadium with his dad. That's really cool. It's almost a poetic story, I think.
Yeah, it's really cool. It is really cool. I'm excited, man. I think it's going to be I think it's a great trade for the Yankees. It's another left-handed bat that's got some pop. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
No, that's a very good thing. All right, so let's flip over to the other side of hitting, a righty. Bregman, dude, he's still out there. Like, the Bregman Pete Alonso stuff, I think, is the most fascinating stuff going on right now because neither of them have signed, and it's like, we're getting there. Like, what are we waiting for? Best fit for Bregman, in your opinion, right now?
Well, you know what? That Kyle Tucker was traded to the Cubs makes me think that the Astros are still wanting to bring Bregman back. Because I feel like if they were going to let Bregman walk, they would have tried to lock down Tucker. It'd be so weird if they let both those guys walk. So my gut feeling is he's going to go back to the Astros because of that. I actually think that's a big factor. If he doesn't go back to the Astros, I just think Boston makes so much sense for Bregman. He's one of the best. If you go look at visiting players' batting averages and OPS and all that stuff, Bregman's the top guy. That green monster plays so well for his pull swing. He hits line drives. He could be a 320 hitter at Fenway, really, because that's really where his swing goes. Yeah, third base, you could put Devers over at first. You could put Bregman at third. Gives you that Gold Glove over there. I mean, he's so good over there in the hot corner. I just think it would make sense. So I think those are the two places. If he doesn't go back to Houston, which I do think that's going to happen, I said like I said, now with Tucker being in Chicago, I would have to think that Boston would be his best place to go. I don't think Yankees. I mean, the Yankees are talking about him, and we were talking about that too. He's like the evil Dr. Evil for the for the Yankees. All those things that happened back in the day. He was kind of the enemy of the state. And I just think for his swing, that's a pretty good drive out there to left. You got to hit it at Yankee Stadium. I just think with having the Crawford box all those years in Houston, now having the Green Monster, it's just like boom, it makes sense.
I got the numbers. You ready? Slash line in Fenway for Bregman. You ready? You ready for this? 375, 490, 750.
Exactly.
Dude, that's
Bro.
Big Poppy. Big Poppy was David Arias in Minnesota, and he would have been great anyway. I think he would have put up very similar numbers, but Big Poppy at Fenway, that's like it's the same sentence.
Yeah.
I think you're right, dude. I think Bregman at Fenway is the same sentence. Like it's built for him. It's built for him. It's an interesting point.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Well there, man. He fits. Where do you think Arenado's going to go?
That's also a good question, man. You know, dude, the dude has. I mean, last year was a down year. Like we'll say that, not 100 RBIs, but haven't you thought, like, dude, you and I working at the network all these years, like it's like, oh, Arenado, that's 280, that's 35, and that's like 120, like ribby guy, like with, by the way, one of the best defensive third basemen we've ever seen.
Ever, yeah, probably the best of our generation, of this
So
generation.
I look almost like probably at this point in his career, even though he's older, I still think he can put up a years bigger than Bellinger with the Yankees. Like, I still think he's got it.
No, I think he definitely still has it.
Quickly, you know?
Dude, talking to Matt Carpenter, who played with Arenado last year at the winter meetings, he was saying, he's like, dude, this guy still has MVP type ability. If you think about it, St. Louis is not a good place to hit, dude. It's a bomb there. That's not a great yard to hit. To hit it, and you're playing every day there. So, you know, you look at his numbers and go, okay, you take Arenado and you put him in Fenway. He's another pull righty. That's another nice fit. You know, for some reason, I feel like the Red Sox want to get another bat in their lineup, and one of those guys seems to like they would fit perfectly.
Right. And, you know, I hate the gut thing where it's like, oh, he had a bad year. I'm looking right now. I just pulled it up. Sean Casey in 2002 hit 261.
Yeah, that was the year I blew out my shoulder. Played a whole year with a blown out shoulder.
There you go. Like maybe there was an injury. Maybe, you know, some of these guys are so tough. They don't talk about their injuries. Right. Exactly. You find out wow, he was playing with a broken or like his calf strain for an entire year. Don't take away from that. Like maybe the guy was hurt and he was fighting through pain and
just a down year. You're going to have down years sometimes. Yeah.
There you go.
I think there's a lot left in the tank. He's a baseball holic, dude. He just loves baseball 24/7.
Again, Sean Casey, 28 years old, hit 261. Guess what you did after that? 291, 324, 312, 296. World Series. Like, let's not jump to conclusions on a down year. Because you never know what's going on.
I agree. Arenado's ready for a bounce back year this year. There's no doubt. I really do think it'd be better for him to be out of St. Louis, though.
So where do you want him to go? Like, if you were his agent, where would you tell him to go?
Boston. I would.
Yeah.
Dude, he can flat out pick it there, which would be huge. Or I was also thinking, like, the Yankees. The Yankees. And you just got Max Fried for 8 years at 218. Max Fried is the number one ground ball pitcher in the game. Where are those ground balls going? The third. You know what I mean? And then you got Arenado, Gold Glove over there, him and Volpe on the left side. Oh, forget about it, dude. That shores it up so big time. They need a third baseman. You put Jazz Chisholm back to second. You got Volpe and Arenado on the left side of the infield, and then you could bring Bellinger into first, or they're going to do something there. I can't imagine Ben Rice is going to be there for 162. We'll see what happens, but. At the end of the day, can you imagine Arenado there in New York? Whew.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. And also, like, the interesting thing about the Yankees, like Jazz showed off last year that, like, yeah, he can play third, but if Jazz is your second baseman and you have another guy that's playing third, you're a better Yankee team. Like,
you're better.
Like Jazz at second, whoever that third baseman is, or first, third. They're talking about Goldschmidt here and there, like. But I agree. I would rather have Arenado. If you put Arenado at third, Volpe at short, Jazz at second,
you're better.
Let's play some ball. Let's go.
You're better, dude. Let's go. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, also, Yankees fans are starting to the ice is starting to melt of the stuff, and they're like, "Wow, we have a pretty good team right now. with the guys we got instead of signing Soto. D-Row, it's a very popular thing right now, is D-Row said, I think the Yankees are better off that they didn't get Soto, and that's blowing up on the internet. He might be right, dude. What do you think?
I think a lot of people feel that way, dude. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, if you get some production from Bellinger and you bring in one other bat, you're not losing a ton, dude. You're really not. You're not losing a ton. I think the biggest thing with Soto, he gives such good at bats. It made him better, but it made Judge better too, because Judgy was getting pitched to, or Judgy was able to see an incredible at bat and what the guy has, what he's throwing, wear him down a little bit. But you know, Juan Soto's also been on teams that didn't win. I mean, when they out to San Diego, they were out there, and he's on that same team. They didn't, with Machado and Tatis. I don't even know if they made the playoffs the 1 year.
Right. No, you're right.
They had to rally at the end to figure it out, you know?
Again, I'm here in New York, so everything's amplified more, but there's plenty of stats out there on how when Juan Soto left teams, they quote unquote got better. But
yeah,
let's not go there. I mean, he still is maybe. I mean, he's still the best, one of the best hitters we've ever
No, he definitely is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm nothing against Juan Soto, but you're just comparing.
But you're just comparing,
okay.
like if the Yankees got Soto, do you think they would have a closer? Do you think they would have the guys that they signed?
Yeah, you got Devin Williams. Yeah.
No, yeah, I don't think so. I don't think they have Devin Williams. I don't think they have a lefty ace, 1A ace.
Right.
I think they look like a better team now than last year. I do think they need that extra. I agree with you with third base. Anyway.
I agree.
Right.
I agree. All right, man. Well, listen, we got Bellinger, we got Bregman, we got good. Hopefully something happens here too, where we can really lock in and you know, have some meat on the bone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Hopefully it comes soon. It's interesting. The winter meetings came and went, and we're waiting under the Christmas tree like everybody for
Corbin Burns.
There you go.
Oh, more guys to fall. So we'll see.
All right, brother. All right, and once again, Breakthrough Pro.
Breakthrough Pro, January 5th. Line it up. We'll have that link in the show, and hope to have you guys come join us for that. It's going to be an incredible session, fifth season, so it'll be great. So
nice.
All right, Chinchy, love you, man. Great seeing you. Everyone out there, thanks for listening. We appreciate you. Subscribe and download too. We don't say that enough. All right, I'll talk to you, buddy.